Hello everyone, Karen Eiton here. Today we're going to be talking about my program and how it can help you as a sewing shop, right? So I love helping other people who sew. I have a knack for sewing. I've been in the sewing industry and sewing for many, many years. And I've been sewing ever since I was a young girl, right? And I love helping these people. I love helping other tailor shops. I love helping other people who make and create. I love to make, design, and create. I love this type of work. And the reason I wrote this program is because I feel that if you could take your business one step further and really scale your shop, you would have ongoing clients, right? You would be able to bring new clients in the door. You would be able to keep the clients that you have, but keep in touch with them, even though you're busy, right? And I'm going to just go through 10 different ways in which my program can help you scale your business and start making the income that you deserve. Because so much of this in my videos, the content that I put online is to help you in your sewing shop. But a lot of times I don't really talk so much about how I can help you and how this program can work for you. So I'd like to take the opportunity today, since I've given you so much free content about, how to improve your sewing shop. I would just want to touch basically on my particular program in bringing your business through my program, through the process, right? So it's a 5-month process of bringing people through the program so you can scale your business. And, it may not be for everyone, and everyone out there listening, you may not have what you consider a business, right? You may have a shop that you work out of, and you do, like, maybe you do some different craft shows and you do some different things, but you haven't really thought about scaling your business so it can really start working for you, right? You've kind of maybe just treated it as your hobby instead of really as your craft, right? Where you can bring in income and start to, make a significant amount of income to support yourself, to support your family, whatever it may be, whatever it is you choose, right? So I'm just going to go through these 10 different ways in which my business can help you. It's way more than this, but it is an opportunity for you to kind of think about, could my program help you? And I would really like to sign you on this week. I'd like to get you going and motivated into scaling your business. Start thinking about your business more in depth and more seriously. I don't know if that's the way to say that or not, but start thinking about your business seriously and to start, bringing your dreams to life, right? And so we're going to go ahead and get started. But one thing that came to mind that I'd kind of like to say, it's just kind of like a little story. And I want to share this little bit with you, because when you start to get serious about some things, you really can make and push them forward for yourself. And I'm going to give you an example of what happened to me this week. So the last few weeks, I've been really taking the time out to meditate, right? Taking the time out to get quiet with myself, right? And to be able to listen to myself, because it seems like I'm doing a lot of videos and hardly getting anyone to participate and not hardly getting anyone to reach out. And it's like, how much more do I have to keep giving of myself before I ever get somebody who says, yes, I like your videos. Could you help me, right? That's all it would take. But anyway, it's kind of like a little bit different than this. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to tell you this story of about things that you want to implement, things you want to bring forward in your life, right? And I know we all get so busy and overwhelmed, right? We could run this way or that way or do all these different things. But if we would just slow down our life, get quiet with ourselves, and this is what I've really been doing for myself. And the funny thing is, I'm going to tell you, I have been writing poetry. So I have about 75 poems that I'm going to be making a book out of, right? I'm going to be, publishing eventually here. So, but to be able to publish it on Amazon is where I wanted to publish, so I could self-publish, right? And I needed 100 pages. Well, I only had 75 poems. So I needed 25 more poems, right? And so just kind of like when I was meditating, I kept in the back of my mind and kept thinking about these poems and like, you know, I'm really busy right now. How am I going to have enough time to do these poems? I would really like these poems to be like in the back of the book section and to be more inspiring for people who are heartbroken, right? Who can already read the poems that I wrote that are going through heartbreak, but also some poems that are in the last 25, the last 25 poems in the back of the book, which could be more inspirational, could be like how they could come out of that heartache, how they could start really implementing and working on their own daily life and to be able to be happy, right? And so I was thinking about this in the meditations. Every time I would meditate, this would keep coming up because it's a book that I haven't finished, right? It's something that's been on my mind that I haven't really fully finished, and it bothers me, but I'm busy and I have a lot of different things going on, and it just always came up in my meditations. So one morning I had the chance of sleeping in a little bit, and I don't know if I before was like, I was just not in the mood to write poetry. I was just too busy to like settle myself down enough to write again, And it takes that inner connection with yourself to be able to write what you want and to have meaning, right? And to come from your heart, from your truth, right? And so I was waking up one morning, and when I wake up in the morning, between the time that you know that you're stirring around and you're going to open your eyes and you're going to wake up for your beautiful day, right? I'm laying there and I just am just like, this is the time that I am usually the most creative. If I could just keep my eyes closed long enough, maybe something will inspire me. Maybe something creative will come about in me, So I left my eyes closed and I just kept going back and reminiscing about my meditations lately and how I've been meditating about, wanting to get this book finished. So all of a sudden I started thinking about that book, and I usually have a notepad next to my bed because that's when I wake up and I'm really creative and I have these ideas in my mind. And if I don't have a notebook to start writing and jotting them down, what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, they can go away, right? I won't get that back again, right? So I went ahead and I had this little magazine that was for houses for sale. We're always looking to improve our home and to see what's out there and to maybe eventually move. But so I had this booklet there next to me, and I didn't have any clean paper there. So I had a pen and I just started writing down what came to me, right? Kind of like my eyes were closed and I still kind of trying to find, spots on the magazine that were empty, and I could still think and I could still write. And so I just started writing, and I come up with like 5 poems in that one morning, right? And these topics for the poems and these great ideas for, these poems that I wanted to add the inspiration in the back of that book, right? And they all just kind of came to me. And so I started jotting them down and writing them down. So now I have to go back and type them up and really think about the words and think about them and really, fine tune them, of course. But the ideas were flowing. The ideas were there, right? And if we don't get quiet with ourselves, we can never move ourselves forward. We can never know exactly what we want in, moving forward. And so I just want to say to you that if you don't know which avenue you want to go in, like if you have a sewing shop and you're considering running a business, you're considering, all these different ideas, start kind of, bringing the ideas into focus, and find out which ideas will work best for you and your personality, which ideas really are true to your heart, because those are the ideas that are really going to mean something to someone else, because they really came from your heart. They really are your passions, right? So I just wanted to say that because we were talking about that in the beginning. And so anyway, we're going to go ahead and change course and get back to what this video is really about. This video is really about the ways that my program can help you. I'm only going to give you 10 here today, but it helps you with way more than that once you go through my program. But number one is to improve your website and the content you share on your website. So a lot of times we have these businesses and we come up with ideas on our own, right? And we put the content out there without having someone else, especially if you're an introvert like me, having someone else that we can bounce ideas off of, right? And it's really helpful if you have someone that you can bounce ideas off of, your true self and your true ideas, and someone is really present with you, right? They're really have an interest in you and interest in what you do, right? And so you want to make sure that you are able to do that. And that's why having a coach is so important, because it can really help you to bounce your ideas off of, and they can really look at you as, a professional and find out what your good qualities are and what you really have to offer, and put those together with your passion, and to see it from the outside looking in. Now you're on the inside looking in, but they're on the outside looking at you. And it's easier for a coach to be able to do that because they're on the outside, right? And so it's very, very helpful to have that, to have that opinion, and to have that, where they can work with you on that. So then number two is to add a funnel to your website that helps you to gain emails from your potential clients or your clients. So I have some systems that I help you to set up, and you're able to create a nice sales funnel. You're able to start collecting emails from your potential clients. And it's a really great way to get those emails from your potential clients or clients. And those emails are really an asset to your business. So whenever you want to do a sales promotion, or you want to do some sort of a coupon, or, any kind of a sales type thing, or you just want to say, hey, this is what I'm doing today, Saturday, and I'm working on this. I'm out in my garage and I'm doing something, but this is something that I'm passionate about. And just share yourself with your customers, right? They love that. They love when you're able to talk more about you and to get to know you, right? And to bring out that passion in yourself, and to help them to find their passion. And they love listening to stories like that. So it's really quite helpful. So then number three is to set up an email automation so you can keep in touch with your clients. So once you have clients and you have their emails, you want to be able to have an email sequence of emails, so you're able to send those out automatically, and you stay in tune and in contact with your potential clients or clients. And it's a really great way to always stay in touch with them. And, just having their email is a great thing, but to give them content that is helpful to them is another side of you that you could do to stay in touch with them. To keep them coming back and things like that. And that number four is to tweak your offer. So maybe you're offering something that your competitors are offering. Maybe you have a competitor that is just right down the street from you, right? Or you have competitors in your area or online that they always seem to get the upper hand, right? They always seem to get the more sales, the higher end sales, or whatever the situation may be. It could be a number of things. But to help you tweak your offer. Now, I've helped other people tweak their offers when they were offering something just exactly like their competitors, right? Well, you want to go a little bit of step above and a step beyond what your competitors are offering. So you want to have a really great offer, and you also want to have an offer that is totally different than what your competitors offer. So if they're offering something, you've been copying them, you've been bouncing back and forth with them, it's time to cut that cord and to go ahead and offer your own offer, and to make sure that your offer is different than theirs, and it is one that stands out with other people, and it really helps you to attract those other clients that you may have sitting on the sidelines, and now to start investing in you. So it's really great. That's one of my favorite things, is to listen to my clients and to listen to what their offers are, and to listen to what their competitors' offers are, and to say, hey, have you tried this? Or would you like to try this? I don't push anyone into anything. And it's just, it comes from you, but it has to come from your heart, and you have to feel good about it, right? But I bring up ideas that can get you thinking in a different way so you can bring in more income, right? So the number 5, is to improve your income by taking a good look at your prices and what you offer. So it kind of all goes together. But if your prices are out of sync with what it is you're offering, that could be your problem, right? So you want to have decent prices. You want to have upscale prices, pretty decent prices. And you want to be able to offer a really quality service or product with that offer. And you want to make sure that you are able to improve your offer to make it more quality, make it more a bigger offer, a bigger package. Sometimes you can sell things in packages. And, you want to make sure that your prices are in tune with what the offer is. And I can help you with that by, looking at your offer and help you to know what your competitors are offering, offer something a little bit different, offer something a little bit more, and to improve your price, right? So that's the way that we get above and beyond. We want to be able to improve the quality, the content, what it is your clients are gaining from doing business with you, and also have a fair price that goes along with that. So you're not working for cheap. You're not working for pennies, right? Okay, so we want to improve your income. So number 6 is to show up as a professional and for your clients, and attract your paying clients, right? So there's so many people out there that are maybe sitting on the sidelines and haven't really bought from you yet. They haven't invested in your service yet. And these people are just maybe wondering what you're all about, right? And so you want to show up professional. You want to be able to show up so you attract those type of clients. You don't want to attract, low paying clients. You want to attract the higher paying clients that don't balk on your prices, that really get the quality out of your work, and they will pay you for what you ask, right? They will pay you. They won't ever question your prices. They won't ever, sit there and try to downplay your prices. They will feel so good about your offer and what it is you have to offer that they will be willing to pay you what you ask for. Truth. That is true. So number 7 is to show up in the SEO search engines so your business can be found on the web. So I help you to know where to go, where to sign up for a business listing for free on these different search engines, so you're able to show up on the SEO algorithm of these search engines. Your page can show up, your website can show up, and you want to be able to show up. When people are searching for sewing, you know, maybe you're offering sewing classes. If they're looking for sewing classes in your area, you want to be able to show up. If they're looking for tailoring, bespoke tailoring in your area, and you're not on the web and you're not going to show up on the web, that's a whole flood of people, a whole flock of people, stream of income you're never going to get unless you are on these search engines. So, and that is the truth. And they may just find you by chance. They may find you by word of mouth. But if you're on the search engines, that's how you're going to be found. That's how they're going to come to you. So I know a lot of my business right now has been found online. Before, in the olden days, my business was found by word of mouth, right? I did a wonderful business by word of mouth. But now things are different. People are searching online. You know, you have these new millennials searching online. They are the working force now. And we have them that are using the internet. They're using the computer. They want to find your business. And if it's not listed on there and it doesn't show up on these different search engines, you're not going to be one of their go-to businesses. It's just that simple. So then number 8, excuse me, my mouth gets so dry talking. So number 8 is to improve your social media presence. So not only do you want to be on these search engines, you also want to improve your social media presence, right? So you want to be on some of the social media, algorithm places, social media. You want to be on, let's just say it. You want to be on Facebook. You want to be on Instagram. You want to be on, different social medias, right? You want to be there and have an ongoing presence. So, and that means it could take a lot of time, but what you can do, especially like if you have a business and you want to be out there, right? So, some of these social media things, platforms, sorry, that's the word I was looking for. Platforms have where you can schedule your post. So you could take a Sunday and you could go ahead and make up 3 or 4 different little pictures or posts or written content that you want to share. And then you can go ahead and schedule it and get yourself out there. So it schedules it, it posts it for you, right? And so once it's posting it for you, then the rest of the week, you don't have to constantly worry about it, right? So I know for a fact that you could schedule things on YouTube. So I've been scheduling a lot of, I haven't lately, but I had before scheduling a lot of my posts. Like on the weekend or like a weekday, I would do filming. I'd film for one whole day and I would, make like 10 different videos in one day, all about different content that I wanted to share with you. So then I would schedule it and I would just post one each week, right? So it gave me a little bit of back time. It gave me time to work on my shop, redesign my shop, all of this stuff. And I still had videos posting, right? So that's a great way. Another way is if you are on Pinterest. Pinterest is a great way to drive traffic. And if you're not on Pinterest, you could do that. And it's a great way to schedule posts, right? You can schedule these posts. So there's just a lot of different things that you can do to still get your business out there, but still do your work during the work days and your work time, right? But when you take a lunch, make a small little 5-minute video. Hi, this is so-and-so. I'm from, whatever sewing shop you're from. I'm just here to say hello today. We have, something new that we made today. We're using this fabric today. Isn't it beautiful? Look at our fabric. This is the type of thread we use. Just different things that you have to offer, different things that you use. Just make a little story, make a little content, and people love that. So then number 9, we're getting there, you guys. So number 9 is to create your business daily by implementing your passion for what you do and how you can share it. So just like I was stating about the little stories you can write about your business or yourself, make sure that, what you're doing is that you're passionate about it. And you can be so creative when you are passionate about what it is you're doing. And you can share that passion. And people love that. When they want to come and bring their service to you, they love seeing what you've already done. They love seeing the people you've already helped. They love seeing, your stories in your regular life. They love knowing more about what your true passions really are. So my true passions, just to get to know me a little bit better, are I love being in the kitchen. I love baking. I love actually baking small cookies that are really in detail, fine detail, that are for parties and events and things like that. So I love doing that. I'm getting ready to put together a small little bakery in my home. And so I love doing that. I love sewing. I love art. I love drawing. I love writing. I love making meals. I love trying to use more plant-based food and make different meals that I can eat. I just love talking to people, right? And there's just so many things that I have passion for, right? And I love sharing that in some of these videos. So you get to know who I am, right? I'm very multi-talented. I'm great with my hands. I do a lot of different things that are in depth and in detail. This week, I just went ahead and I wanted this sweater. There was this sweater online, and it was really cute. It was like a gray charcoal sweater, and it had these big, huge, like flowers embroidered all over them, right? All over it. And I wanted that sweater, but I wasn't going to pay the price for that one sweater. It's like, I could probably buy like, a new suit for that price, right? Or I could probably buy a really nice dress, or I could probably buy, some other things, and I wasn't going to, not that I'm cheap, because I do spend a lot of money on clothes and things from time to time, but I try to get them on sale, or I try to get a decent discount, because I love clothes. I love textiles. I love fashion. I love all of that stuff, right? And so I wasn't going to spend it on that, and I thought I can make that. So I did. I found a sweater, that charcoal sweater, in the back of my closet that was by Anna. It's made by Anna. And it was just like kind of like a scoop neckline. And so I started crocheting these big daisy flowers, right? So I made 15 daisy flowers, and I started sewing it all over them. And then I shortened the sweater, so it's not one of those long ones that you would wear with leggings, but it's more of a shorter one where I could wear that, and I could wear a blouse underneath and have the blouse stick out at the bottom, and then have the shorter cropped sweater over the top of it. Kind of really cute, right? In fashion. And so I put it all over the sweater, and it turned out amazing. It looks really cute. I really like it. In one of these videos, you're going to see me in it, because I just think it's so darn cute. And it took a lot of time. Yes, it probably took me, quite a few hours to crochet all of those flowers, but the end product turned out really cute. I'm so happy that I didn't spend the money on the other sweater, and I was able to do that for myself, right? So now I have this really cute sweater that I can have in my wardrobe, and I didn't pay any money for it. I just repurposed another sweater that I never really hardly wore, because it was just drab to me. It just really was just a gray sweater. I don't know. I didn't like wear it hardly ever. But now that it has these big pops of flower, it's just adorable. And it looks so creative and crafty and just kind of really in my niche, you know, really in my sewing type stuff, you know, I like it. So anyway, enough about me, but I love telling you guys stories. That way you get to know my personality. You get to know what interests me, what makes me happy, what makes me excited. And I love doing these videos for you guys. And I want to thank all of my subscribers. And I am very grateful to my channel, and it's starting to get some more followers, and I'm very thankful and grateful to all of you. And I do pray for you every day. I pray for you guys that your businesses will do really well, especially from listening to me, and hopefully you can implement some of this stuff. And I really, you know, pray that, you know, you will make the money that you desire and that you deserve, and that you won't like have really cheap prices, and that you will you know, succeed and excel in your business of whatever it is you choose to do. And I love helping other people. So the number 10 is I help you to drive traffic to your business or your website. So I help you to be able to drive traffic online to your location. So if you have a location, you have walk-in traffic, my program helps you to drive traffic to your location. So we will post it on your different social media accounts. We'll post it on your website. You'll share your content, and then you'll be on the different search engines. So you'll be able to drive the traffic to your location, your brick and mortar location. And if you're not doing that and you're only an online service, you're only selling products online, maybe you only have an Etsy account, maybe you only have a Bonanza account, maybe you're just selling online making things. That's great too. I would help you to also send people to your location of that website or that location of your marketplace, right? So that's how it works. So, and there's just a multitude of other ways that my program helps other sewing shops get to where they want to get to a new plateau of their business, right? To start scaling their business, start thinking positively about their business, and to start making the income that they deserve. And that's what I want for you. I want you to be able to excel. I want you to be able to drive traffic, bring in income, and, you know, all of that stuff. And, you know, I raised my family, you know, my kids on my sewing expertise, right? That's what I did. And I did that for 25 years, and now I'm back at it again. But that's what I did. And you can do it too. And if you don't have the talent, you don't have the skills, buy my book. Go purchase my book on Amazon. I'll put the link in below in the description box, and you can go and purchase that book, and it will teach you all the skills that you need to learn in the tailoring. So you'll be able to start making income, learn how to do hems, learn how to shorten sleeves, and start making the income on the things that you learn. And it cuts out all the garble in other books, and it gets right to the point of how to do the darn task to make the income. Read the content, practice it, practice and practice and practice, and you too can make an income doing alterations and tailoring just like I do. And so anyway, so that's really all I have to share today. Thank you so much for letting me share my little bit of content about myself. I hope that helps you to learn more about me. And I'd really like to start a dialogue with you and to be able to talk to you about your sewing shop and how we can really start to help you in your sewing shop, and to be able to start bringing in the numbers that you need to bring in. So please reach out to me. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you haven't before. And if you would like, if you like the content that I share here, hit that little bell icon. You'll get notified when I post a new video, and you too can keep watching me and to learn more about how to scale your sewing shop. So I'll talk to you all soon in the next video. Bye for now and take care. I love you guys, and I'll see you all real soon. Bye now.